Welcome to my channel Echoes of Coin. This quarter looks ordinary, but in 1983, something unusual happened. No mint sets, rushed production, and millions of coins released straight into circulation. Today, finding a clean 1983 quarter is harder than you think. This is the hidden story behind one of America's most overlooked coins. The 1983 quarter dollar is a coin that many people have held, spent, and ignored without ever realizing its quiet importance in American numismatic history. At first glance, it appears ordinary, almost forgettable, especially because it does not contain silver and does not belong to a special commemorative series. Yet when examined closely, the 1983 quarter reveals a powerful story about economic pressure, minting challenges, changing metal values, and a turning point in how Americans viewed everyday coins. This coin stands at the crossroads between the traditional coin collecting era and the modern circulation-focused age of U.S. currency. The quarter dollar denomination itself has always been one of the most practical coins in the United States. Since its official authorization in 1792, the quarter has represented convenience, trade efficiency, and national identity. By 1983, the quarter was already deeply woven into daily American life. Used in vending machines, parking meters, laundromats, toll booths, and retail transactions across the country. However, the year 1983 brought conditions that made this otherwise common coin historically unusual. The 1983 quarter dollar features the familiar Washington design that had been in use since 1932. This design was originally introduced to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. Due to its popularity and public acceptance, the design became permanent in 1934. By 1983, Americans had grown so accustomed to seeing Washington's portrait that few questioned its presence, yet the design itself symbolized continuity and stability during a time of economic uncertainty. On the obverse of the 1983 quarter, George Washington faces left, portrayed with strong facial definition and a dignified expression. The word liberty appears above his head, arched along the rim of the coin. The phrase "In God We Trust" is placed to the left of Washington's neck, and the date 1983 appears on the right side. The mint mark, if present, is located just to the right of Washington's ponytail. Coins struck in Philadelphia do not display a mint mark, while those struck in Denver carry a D. The reverse side displays the heraldic eagle with outstretched wings, clutching arrows in its talons as a symbol of strength and defense. Below the eagle is a wreath, representing honor and unity. Above the eagle are the words United States of America, while E pluribus unum appears on a ribbon held in the eagle's beak. At the bottom of the reverse, the denomination quarter dollar is clearly stated. This reverse design, used from 1932 until 1998, is now remembered as a classic symbol of American coinage. One of the most important aspects of the 1983 quarter dollar lies not in its design but in the circumstances under which it was produced. During the early 1980s, the United States faced serious economic challenges, including inflation, rising metal prices, and changes in public spending habits. Coin production became more expensive, and the U.S. Mint struggled to balance supply and demand. These pressures directly affected how coins like the 1983 quarter were manufactured, distributed, and preserved. Unlike earlier quarters minted before 1965, the 1983 quarter does not contain silver. Instead, it is composed of a copper-nickel-clad structure, consisting of an outer layer of 75% copper and 25% nickel bonded to a pure copper core. This composition had been standard since 1965, when silver was removed from circulating coinage due to rising bullion prices. By 1983, this metal composition was well established, but it also meant that quarters were more prone to wear and corrosion if not properly handled. A defining feature of the 1983 quarter is the absence of official mint sets for that year. Due to budget constraints and internal decisions within the U.S. Mint, no uncirculated mint sets were produced for collectors in 1982 or 1983. This decision had lasting consequences. Normally, mint sets preserve high-quality examples of coins, ensuring that collectors can easily obtain well-struck, uncirculated pieces. Without mint sets, most 1983 quarters entered circulation immediately and experienced wear, damage, and environmental exposure. As a result, finding a 1983 quarter in true uncirculated condition today is surprisingly difficult. Even though millions were minted, the vast majority show signs of circulation. This scarcity of high-grade examples has increased collector interest in the 1983 quarter, especially among those who specialize in modern U.S. coinage. The Philadelphia Mint produced a large number of quarters in 1983, continuing its role as the primary mint for circulating coinage. These coins bear no mint mark and were distributed widely across the country. The Denver Mint also produced a substantial number of quarters, identifiable by the D mint mark. Both mints focused heavily on quantity rather than quality, as the goal was to meet circulation demand rather than collector standards. Strike quality for 1983 quarters varies significantly. Many coins exhibit weak strikes, flat details on Washington's hair, and soft features on the eagle's feathers. This inconsistency is partly due to worn dies and high-speed production methods used during the period. Because the mint was under pressure to produce coins quickly and economically, less attention was given to aesthetic perfection. Error coins from 1983 quarters have become particularly interesting to collectors. Common errors include off-center strikes, double die obverse, clipped planchets, and misaligned dies. These errors occurred as a result of rushed production and aging equipment. While most error coins are rare, those from 1983 are especially notable because they reflect the mint's struggle during a financially challenging era. Another fascinating aspect of the 1983 quarter is its role in everyday American culture. During the early 1980s, quarters were essential for daily convenience. A single quarter could buy a newspaper, make a phone call from a payphone, or operate a washing machine. This made the quarter dollar not just currency, but a tool of everyday life. The heavy circulation of quarters during this period further explains why so few pristine examples survive today. From a collector's perspective, the 1983 quarter represents a paradox. It is both common and rare at the same time. In worn condition, it is easy to find and holds little monetary value beyond face value. However, in high grades such as MS65 or higher, it becomes significantly more valuable. Certified examples graded by professional services often command strong premiums due to their scarcity. The historical importance of the 1983 quarter extends beyond its physical characteristics. It symbolizes a transitional period in American coinage when the focus shifted away from long-term collectability toward practical circulation. This shift altered how coins were produced, stored, and valued. Collectors who recognize this context see the 1983 quarter not as an ordinary coin but as a marker of change. As time passes, the story of the 1983 quarter continues to evolve. Coins that once passed unnoticed are now studied, graded, and preserved. Each surviving example carries evidence of its journey through commerce, reflecting the hands it passed through and the economy it served. In this way, the 1983 quarter becomes more than metal underscore.